I have my potatoes that I have been boiling for 25 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and strain them. And I just have a strainer in the sink. So let me put that back on. And then back in the pot. I just want to get all the water out. So get my potatoes back in. And I also have that 1 clove of garlic, and I'm just going to let that, you can see it's nice and boiled. I'm just going to let that kind of simmer for a minute or so. And before I do anything, I am actually out of milk. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. So I'm going to make some buttermilk. So what was the thing? And I have a I'm going to use instead of milk since, like I said, I'm out. A tablespoon of buttermilk for about 1/4 cup. Give or take, it might be a little thicker, but that's okay. And then get my 1/4 cup. Here's my 1/4 cup. Fill that with water. And then I'm just going to pour this in the cup with the buttermilk mix. And then stir it with a fork, whisk it slightly. It's a little chunkier than I wanted, but it's all right. Pour that over my potatoes. Actually, I am going to pull it off the heat because I don't want that to dissipate. And then I'm going to grab some butter. Actual butter that I don't think I've even opened yet. Oh, hey, it's open. Hey, it's used. Okay. Go ahead. I got some butter here. I'm going to get some more butter. Okay. And what I'm doing is I have the hens in the oven still. Let me grab a saucepan because I'm going to need that later. And now that I have the butter in there with my buttermilk, I'm going to take my potato masher and I'm going to start making these potatoes. And I also have that clove of garlic in here somewhere. That will mash up too. Where is that fork that I used for the buttermilk? I don't know. Oh, I have a knife. I can use that knife. And the garlic clove is mashing as well. Right? Yep. Okay, and that's nice and smooth. A little rocky, which is perfect. Just carve off what comes through. Okay. There we go, and keep mashing that up. And the skins aren't exactly how I want them because they are a little still intact. Probably should have peeled them, but it's okay. This is nice and hot, rich. So what I'm going to do, now that I have my potatoes nice and mashed, it is hot in here. If you haven't yet, I'm glad you enjoyed the last video. Please remember to subscribe. If you're watching this before watching part 1, I will have the link to part 1 in the description and this one in the description of the last video. So we'll get that organized. So I'm going to take, I'm actually going to take just a fork right now, or a spoon. I don't really want to use a big spoon right now because I'm not serving it. I'm just going to fluff this up and mix it real good. Okay, and I think I made these potatoes a little too early, but that's okay. I'm going to throw in some parsley, make it colorful. Whoa! A lot of parsley, apparently. Wow, that's a lot of parsley. And some chives. Okay. A lot greener than I expected, but hey, it's all good. Mix that in. Okay. So that is to check on my chicken. So let me put this aside right now. And let's check the chicken. Oh, wow, that smells amazing. So here are my hens. Let's see how they are doing. Pull this off carefully without burning myself. And they are nice and toasty. I was hoping that there would be some liquid in the pan, but there is not. So I'm going to throw this away and I'm going to put my chicken back in for 25 minutes. A little disappointed because I wanted to get some juice in here, but it looks like my chickens have decided to be dry on me. So let me put these back in and I'm going to set another timer for 25. Excuse me 1 minute. All right, now that I have that going, I'm going to take some water, which I was really hoping for some chicken juice. Just some warm water. Gonna go ahead and start boiling that. And then to this water, I'm gonna put these away. I did not use them. Maybe. There we go. I have some bouillon gel, which I'm just going to use the last of. So this is chicken flavored. And I was really hoping for the organs. I didn't have the organs in the hens, which, okay, fine. I can get the juice off the chicken. The chicken's completely dry. So my gravy plan has failed on every level. So just gotta wing it. And I was hoping I wouldn't need as much stock, but apparently I do. That was it for my chicken stock. Or my chicken bouillon gel. So I'm going to go ahead and use some garlic paste. And for a little more flavor, I'm going to add some pepper. Maybe, yes, pepper. Into my water. Okay. And then I'm going to grab a clean spoon because I don't want to contaminate this gel with potatoes. So just like a teaspoon each. And then stir that in. Okay, and I want that boiling. Okay. Which now I have 2 spoons, 1 garlic and 1 chicken. So I'm just going to get that off. I don't know what's on my burner. But it is choking me out. You can see it. Right, stir that in so I get all that gel off of this. Okay. Now I'm going to put the potatoes on low. I'm not going to try to burn them, but I'm actually going to save this spoon for my potato spoon. And I'm going to keep trying to boil this. What is going on? Whew. I got to turn the fan on, guys. I'm sorry. Oh, what's this? This needs thrown away. Oh, I got to step out of that. Okay. I'll wait for this to boil. While I'm over here, I'm going to check the time real quick. I still have 21 minutes on my chicken. This is crazy. I should have done one whole video, but I don't know why I did this. So that is boiling. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Remember, subscribing does help my channel out. It helps distribute my videos to more viewers. It helps me get to my goals. If you really like what I do, please support me. I have my PayPal and Cashapp in the description, as well as an Amazon wish list. And this is starting to boil. So what I'm going to do, and I have a new fun item here. I'm actually going to sift my flour in this time. That way it shouldn't get as chunky as it does, because it usually gets very chunky. So that's about what I need. And I'm going to sift this in and start. And the flour makes it thicker. If you haven't noticed what I'm doing, I am making gravy for the mashed potatoes and chicken. It's still globby. I was hoping that would work. Flour is my kryptonite. Here we go. And I'm just shaking it in, kind of covering the surface. And if it's too thin, add more flour. If it's too thick, add more water. And it's getting thicker. It's getting nice and thick. Which I didn't add a lot of water, so if it gets too thick, like I said, I'll just add more. Almost done with the flour. And we're good. And I'm fighting it. And it's boiling. And that is really thick, so I'm going to add some cool water, try to calm it down some. There we go. Some nice cool water. Turn it off. I'm just going to whisk the crap out of it. So that's our gravy. It's watery. And the more I let it sit, it should thicken up. And I can go ahead and turn that off. I hate this thing because I don't like the sound of it. So that's a nice gravy consistency. It's a little lighter than I'd like, but it's like a little bit like applesauce, which will be, yeah, it's nice. So I'm just gonna let that sit and it'll thicken. Let me try some of this. That's good. So I have that going. Let me clean up a little bit. No longer need the potato masher. I can use that spoon on potatoes. This spoon. What's this? Oh, that's the gravy spoon. I looked it because I didn't know if it was mashed potatoes or flour. Off in my mouth, so it's flour. Okay. Put this aside. Let me check this timer. So we still got 16 minutes on the chicken. And I am really, God, am I excited. I haven't had Cornish hen in forever. And being able to find them on sale, it was like, oh yeah. So, let me grab something else. Because you know what is going to go great with this meal? Coleslaw. So there was a method to my madness, which, to be fair, like I said, the coleslaw and the sloppy Joe cheese fries tied last week. Or Monday, I apologize. So I made a decision and I went with coleslaw. And the irony is I already had the hens that I picked up from the store. They were like little rocks. They were so hard. So this actually worked out well. Let me try some of this. Now I said in the review, it didn't taste like Kentucky Fried Chicken, but the more it sits, the better it tastes. I'm going to go ahead and give this a stir. This is getting a little thick. So you want to like whisk it hard. And I'm sorry guys for breaking up the video. I hate doing that because it messes up my averages and percentage, but I needed to pee. I'm just taking a spatula and scraping the sides because that is such a weird pet peeve of mine. So, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. It's only like 15 minutes. I should have never cut the video because now it's nobody is watching. Oh well, lesson learned. So I got my coleslaw. I'm out of chocolate milk. I'm going to have a cup of orange juice. Gotta stay hydrated in the kitchen, otherwise you will overheat, especially when you do not have ventilation. Stay hydrated. Oh, I can't get the picture in the fridge. There we go. Which I love. Like, I wanted to get a picture from the dollar store as soon as like summer started, and they didn't have any, so we broke down and bought one for Walmart for $2. Coleslaw so good. And within a week, the picture is too big for the fridge, and the pictures at the dollar store came in. because that is how everything in my life works out. And this is really, it's getting thick, but the more I beat it, the thinner it gets. That's good. And all this was garlic bouillon, chicken bouillon, and water and flour with pepper. I did put pepper in it. Have I told you guys lately how much I really hate breaking up the videos? Oh, let me put my flour away before I end up flouring the kitchen like I did last time I made gravy. So I got mashed potatoes, coleslaw, and gravy to go along with my hens. It's going to be a delicious meal. I have 11 minutes, and maybe there will be coleslaw left for everybody while I sit here and wait. Oh, that is a big piece of cabbage. So, I talked to some people and I got some cool recommendations to use a salad shooter. Another person said they had an industrial shredder. As if that's not massive overkill. I thought it was awesome. So this is the downtime. This is the hard part. And I didn't think about it until after I turned the camera off. I could have told stories because you guys like my stories. Oh well. I do have some questions, and I do yeah, this video isn't going to get viewed like the other ones, so I don't want to waste my breath. But I have some polls coming up that I really do need people to pay attention to. And I got some more fun stuff coming up. I know I talked about doing collaborations, but after some incidents last month that kind of left a dirty taste in my mouth, because rather than collaborate, people have other motives, which I'm not too much a fan of, but that's what that is. I even home make my orange juice. I buy the concentrate. It is delicious, and it's cheaper, and it's like I just like to control what I put in my body because I can add as much like concentrate or dilution as I want. So I can make really strong orange juice. So this is still steaming. That is thick. I'm actually going to add a little bit of cold water to this. Try to calm it down some. There we go. And the water just sat right on top. Ooh. And scrape the sides as I go. There we go. It's a little drippier. And you can do your gravy however you want. I like it thick, but I prefer it not to be a solid. You can kind of do whatever motion you want. I know some people do this. I don't like that. I find that super messy. Scrape the sides. Okay. Excuse me. So I put the excuse me. Dang. So I put the collar on the cat. Let me check these out real quick. Those are good. Spoon. Because I put this on low to try to keep them warm. If the chicken's not done, I'm probably going to cry. Okay. My mashed potatoes are perfect. I broke down all that skin. And the reason I'm using this type of spoon rather than a serving spoon is just basically I didn't want to get my didn't want to get my spoon dirty before I was ready to serve. Let me check the timer real quick. And we have 7 minutes. Time to go to the closet. Why is my calendar?
I'm a potato.
So, which I did not flour the kitchen this time. There we go. Oh, crap. And the paper, why didn't I grab the paper towels? That would have been perfect. Use the roll and try to get some of this moisture up when we just wipe the counter down. You don't see what I'm doing. I'm literally using the cardboard tube. Hey, it might have worked. Hey, it did. Cool. So, still waiting on that chicken. Probably about 5 minutes now. My microwave doesn't like to display the kitchen timer, so I have to hit the button for it. There's a lot of stuff I can talk about. I have crazy texts I could be sharing. I have the incel story, which I know a lot of you are waiting for. Oh God. Like all this stuff comes to my head and it comes right after. I think what I'm going to do next week is I'm going to have my notebook out, like remind myself of what everyone wants to talk about, because I have fun. Sometimes this is my favorite part. What's cool about these is it's like a time capsule and you get to, relive the stuff that happened in that time. It's just current events, what's happening in my life, what's happening in your lives. I mean, it's fun. It really is. And I love connecting with my audience. I think I'm in contact with hundreds of people daily now. As you've watched while I've been live, my Snapchat has gone off a couple times. I talk to hundreds of people. And it's constant, and I am so blessed and lucky, but every now and then I hit one person who thinks that I'm going to stop everything and be devoted. And to be honest, there is only about 5 people that I'm willing to try to meet. And they are probably the top ones who have supported me through everything, including, well, there is definitely people who have had my back since the beginning, since I even met them. There's been people who have loved and supported me back in season 1 of my live kitchen when I didn't even know what I was doing. So I've had fans for a while, and about the 150 of you that were there, you guys are definitely the best. And I know people have jumped on the wagon, and I wasn't properly distributed back then. So there's a lot of you jumping on now that are just as awesome. But it's crazy, because I know after this video, after the last video, I'm going to be up to 600 subscribers. And that's years ago. I didn't think that was possible. But the encouragement and love that I get from you guys, as well as the people in my life, have been just amazing. And before I cry, which no, I'm not going to cry. Let me check this timer real quick. All right, 3 minutes left. Let me get my plates. And I still have the dollar store plates that I absolutely love. Let me check this gravy one more time. Oh, that's thick. But it's okay. Ooh, liquidy. Now, the fun part about Hens is everybody has their own chicken. And I'm guilty about once a week, once every couple weeks, I'll get a whole chicken and make that. But it's always like, oh, this person wanted a thigh, that one wanted a breast, there's only 2 legs. So with the Cornish hens, everybody gets a chicken, which is awesome. So this is going to be such a great meal. I'm like very proud of myself. I hate splitting the video, and I'm sorry about that, guys. It's just the heat was getting to me. I gotta be honest. So let me grab a knife. Gets my knifey knife here. I'm just gonna use a small one to make a small cut. Make sure my chickens are done. And let me check the timer because I am anxious. And it's going to be less than a minute. Now, if they're not cooked, I'm probably going to shut off the video and cook them another 10 minutes. But we'll see. Potato. Fork. Or, when in doubt, you can always nuke your chickens for 2 minutes. And that'll get anything inside, outside. Here we go. This is the worst part. Like, I want my chicken. I want to pull my hen out. The longest 50 seconds of your life. Okay. There we go. Let's see how these turned out. That is beautiful.
I'm hungry.
I know, I'm working on it. So, before I do anything, one of them, I'm going to pick this one and I'm just going to cut into the leg. And I still see a little pink, but the juices are clear. So like I said, when in doubt, just nuke them. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get 2 plates here. I'm going to get the lemons out of them. Oops, maybe. Or actually, you know what? I can serve them with lemons in them.
I don't like lemon.
Well, you can pull the lemon out of your chicken. Yeah, I think that's red because I cut into the bone, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I'm taking my chickens and I'm transferring them to a plate. And I'm just using a fork and knife. Okay. Or what I could do is I could do each one individually, which will save some time and make sure it gets done. So like I said, 2 minutes. While that's going, I'm just going to... Oh, hey, I have a fork here, which I haven't eaten off of yet. I'm going to use the slotted spoon for my coleslaw. Let me turn you... Oh, you can see my plate. Ha! Just a nice helping here. And then I got my mashed potatoes, which I can go ahead and turn off. And I always make a little pit in my mashed potatoes. gravy. Nice white chicken gravy. Taste my. Well, that's working. That's perfect. The coleslaw we already know is perfect. I see that nose. That Snoot tried to grab a roll. I'm just gonna have to start muting that app when I go live. Yeah. So what I wanted with the lemon is the lemon gives it kind of like that All right, here is my chicken. That looks a little better. And there's some liquid on it, which they were dry earlier. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put my chicken on its back rather than have it how it is. I can cut into it a little easier. And the reason I put it breast down in the oven was because I wanted all the juice to get down to that breast and make that breast yummy. So while I have it, you see the cute little legs. I'm going to cut into this leg, and my chicken is done. So while I have you, hi, it's almost ready, honey. While I have you here, I'm going to take a bite out of this chicken. And you can pull the lemon out or leave the lemon in, whatever you want to do. Knock that ginger off the top. That's perfect. All right, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. We have this. Go ahead, and that's not your plate. That's mine. I gotta make your plate. Here, take the steamer. Here.